open up
Enjoy
the
the
contract
14th.
administration board meeting at 4:10 and not 4 o'clock. Okay, so I'll take attendance now. So in attendance today is Andrew Joyce, Chairman of the Albany County Legislature, and Bruce Hidley, Albany County Clerk. Dan Lynch, I assume, is excused for today?
Correct.
Okay. So are we able to entertain a motion for the minutes of the previous meeting then?
Motion.
I've got to find out with just two of us here if we can do that. Pat?
Was the chairman at the last meeting?
Yes, he was.
That wasn't the emergency one?
No. The
And
last
you were
meeting,
there
the
as
three of
well?
us were at the...
As per the meeting, as per the minutes, all three members were at the last meeting.
Okay, I just wasn't sure whether, yeah, I mean, your majority.
Okay, so entertain a motion,
Motion.
and I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Any abstention? The motion is carried for the minutes of the June 8th, 2021 meeting. So first on the agenda for the July 13th, 2021 meeting is contract number 6463. The department is the legislature. The vendor is Toshiba. The scope of services is a photocopier lease and maintenance agreement. The estimated amount is $29,401. The estimated term is 8/1/21 through 8/31 of '25. This is 100% county funded. I now open the floor for comments and questions, and guess what? I don't have to ask you to say your name anymore. You're here.
Hello. This would replace the current majority office copier contract, so I'm happy to answer any questions you may have.
Anything? No, none on my part. I'll entertain a motion to accept the agreement.
Motion.
So, and seconded by myself. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion is carried. You're welcome. Next on the agenda is contract number 6452. The department is law. The vendor is Arthur J. Gallagher Risk Management Services. The estimated amount is $99,999. The estimated term is 5/1/21 through 4/30/22. The scope of service is they will act as a broker of record for county insurance coverages. Fees are paid by the insurance carriers and are estimated based upon premiums. No fees are paid directly by the county, so there is no fiscal impact with this contract. I now open the floor for comments or questions.
Hello. This
There
is
she
our
is.
broker of record contract with Arthur Gallagher. This is the last year under the RFP. The term is just an innocuous date we put in there. They provide services year-round. We set May 1st because that's when we started the process for the renewal for the liability, which renews August 15. They are currently working on the renewal for the liability, which is going to be a difficult year right now because several of our carriers are exiting the business or having difficulty as a result of COVID and things that occurred during the last year. So they are strenuously marketing several of our coverages. In addition, they are this year going to be with the Sheriff's 911 Center, procuring builder's risk insurance for the sheriff. They are in the process of working on that now. With the bids that are going out for the construction project, they will be procuring that for the sheriff. They will also be working on the renewal for the excess workers' comp insurance. We do not pay them any fees. They are paid by commission. It's an estimate. The $99,000 is just, the limit of the contract board. It's based upon an estimate of what they're paid each year. It varies by premium.
Any other comments or questions? Entertain a motion,
Motion.
and I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion is carried.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Next on the agenda is contract 6446. The department is the Civic Center. The vendor is Comtech, Inc. The estimated amount is $43,902. The estimated term is 6/24/21 through 7/1/22. The scope of service to upgrade to existing audiovisual system components that have failed and/or are incompatible with current market software and systems. This is 100% county funded. I open the floor for comments or questions.
Yes, the graphic system that runs the graphics for the scoreboard, for sponsor logos, and advertising for our vendors, broke. So this is actually just a replacement. Comtech is the sole source provider for this equipment.
Okay. Any other comments or questions? Entertain a motion.
Motion.
And I'll second it. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstention? The motion is carried. Next on the agenda is contract number 6456, Department of Sewage Treatment. The vendor is Joe Basil Chevrolet Incorporated. The estimated amount is $48,830. The estimated term is 7/12/21 through 7/12/22. The scope of service, the purchase and delivery of two 2022 Chevrolet Colorado crew cabs with the long box, 100% county funded. I open the floor for comments or questions.
This is for the purchase of two new trucks that will be replacing two Ford Rangers that will be retiring. 3 bids were received, and Joe Basil was the low bid.
I'm assuming that you have this in your budget? Is that
Yes.
for the purchase of these? Okay. Any other comments or questions?
We saved $14,000 on these under sticker price, so good job.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's right, thank you.
Well, somebody did, so thank you. Any other comments or questions? Entertain a motion?
Motion.
And I'll second it. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstention? The motion is carried. Thank you. Next on the agenda is contract number 6457, Department of Sewage Treatment. The vendor is WebSmart Chevrolet. The estimated amount is $32,683. The estimated term is 7/12/21 through 7/12/22. The scope of service, the purchase and delivery of one 2022 Chevrolet Silverado 2500 double cab 4x4 with a cap. The fiscal impact, none in accordance with our request for contract approval, so somebody have to give me an explanation here. I open the floor for comments or questions.
There's a fiscal impact, but it's...
It should be under the county. It's through the district. It's on their budget.
So it'll be...
100% county.
100% county fiscal.
And again, that was budgeted as well for this year.
Okay.
So, yeah, so it's a replacement of an existing truck for electricians. We received 4 bids, and then WebSmart was
Any other comments or questions? Entertain a motion?
Motion.
And I'll second it. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion is carried. Next on the agenda is contract number 6451. The department is Maintenance, Roads, and Buildings. The vendor is Lowe's. The estimated amount is $25,321. The estimated term is 7/1/21 through 9/30/21. The scope of service is the purchase of various building material for improvements in departments of Rensselaerville Division. This fiscal impact is 100% county funded. I open the floor for comments or questions. Commissioner?
Hi, yeah, this is for building improvements in our Rensselaerville subdivision. It's building materials. We're going to be performing all of the work in-house. It's predominantly new windows, insulation, and siding, as well as improvements to the bathroom.
And Lowe's came in with the,
Yes, Curtis Lumber was the second quote. Yes, Lowe's was the low.
any other comments or questions? Entertain a motion?
Motion.
And I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion is carried. Thank you. Next on the agenda is contract number 6436. The department is Maintenance, Roads, and Buildings. The vendor is Deere and Company. Estimated amount is $35,349. The estimated term is 7/1/21 through 9/30/21. The scope of service, the purchase of 4 John Deere Z920M commercial Z-Track mowers, and the fiscal impact is 100% county funded.
Hi, yes, this is part of our vehicle and truck replacement plan in our capital plan. We're going to be purchasing 2 new zero-turn mowers for our main facility and 2 for our Colony subdivision, and we're going to move our other 4 mowers that currently are there to other subdivisions.
Good use of them.
Yep.
Any other comments or questions? Entertain a motion?
Motion.
And I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Your motion is carried. Next on the agenda is contract number 6449. The department is our nursing home. The vendor is Arjo Incorporated. The estimated amount is $41,556. The estimated term is 6/25/21 through 12/31/21. The scope of service to provide residential transfer equipment and maxi slide sheets as proposal. It is 100% county funded. I now open the floor for comments or questions.
Good evening. This equipment is being used to transfer residents from bed to chair or chair to shower or bath. It's a one-time purchase. The maxi slides are used from the bed to chair where you could slide a resident versus having to lift a resident with a lifter. and this is a one-time purchase and budgeted for.
Okay. So nice to have something like that to save on
Sure.
workers' bodies. Any other comments or questions? I'll entertain a motion.
Motion.
And I'll second it. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstention? Your motion is carried. Thank you. Next on the agenda is contract number 6467. The department is nursing home. The vendor is Adirondack Combustion Technologies. The estimated amount is $27,235. The estimated term is 7/7/2021 through 7/31/26. The scope of service. Adirondack Combustion Technologies will provide monthly maintenance, including all parts and labor, semi-annual and annual maintenance and inspections. This is 100% county funded. I now open the floor for comments or questions.
Yes, this is a 5-year contract with Adirondack. This was bid. They were the lowest responsible bidder. I should note that we put in $5,000 in addition for the entire contract period because we may have to pay for certain parts and labor over the 5 years. So we did increase the bid by that dollar amount to the dollar amount stated, which is the $27,235, not to exceed for that 5-year period to maintain the boilers and inspections and so on.
Any other comments or questions? Entertain a motion,
Motion.
and I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Your motion is carried. Thank you, Larry. Next on the agenda is contract number 6471. The department is recreation. The vendor is Will Harris. The estimated amount is $23,070. The estimated term is 7/13/21 through 10/14/21. The scope of service is a basketball program for 3 municipalities doing skills and drills. It is 100% county funded. I open the floor for comments or questions.
We actually have 3 basketball programs, one in Bethlehem, which starts tonight, one in Green Island, which covers Cohoes and Watervliet, and the other was in Ravenna, which is more of the hill towns. This is actually the second bidder. The first bidder backed out last minute, so we had to go to the second bidder, Will Harris.
Is there a reason why the first bidder backed out on that?
Well, notification was not timely given to the first bidder. There was an error in the timing of it, and the scheduling of the camps was originally scheduled a week ago when notification occurred, so we could not hold the first bidder to their bid, hence it's going to the second bidder.
It's understandable.
Was the first bid the 23,000 roughly?
No,
Was
it
it
was
different?
less. It was
I
less.
think we have an inquiry up.
Yeah, I was gonna-
You rounded
yeah,
up to 24? or-
Well, I was going to ask Jack that, that's just what Pat brought up as well. On the cover sheet, we have 23,070.
Yeah, that's,
The paperwork from the commissioner to Karen Storm says 24,000 flat.
it's 2370.
Okay, so okay,
I think when the
23,070.
first day we just went to hiring, that was told, do the
Okay.
hiring.
We'll approve it for that amount, then, 23,070.
All clear on that then?
Yep.
Everybody
Yeah.
clear?
Yeah, we're fine for today. We'll just get like clarification on that later on or whatever and see what, the roundup was for, but
Yeah.
I'm fine with it.
Yeah, and obviously, these programs are very important to our
Yeah.
kids in Albany County. I've seen more to believe exactly what John has done with this program and in the recreation department. It's a great program.
We've actually got a waiting list of 100 people in Bethlehem right now, so.
It's a great program. Any other comments or questions? I'll entertain a motion, please.
Motion.
And I'll second it. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstention? Your motion is carried. Thank you, Jack. Next on the agenda is contract number 6459. Department is Building Services. The vendor is John W. Danforth Company. The estimated amount is $52,003. The estimated term is 7/1/21 through 12/31/22. The scope of service is mechanical construction service to assist Kone elevator installations at the Times Union Center parking garage. It is 100% county funded. I open the floor for comments or questions.
Yes, the Department of General Services put out a bid for general construction and mechanical. At the time, we received the general construction, but we received no bids on the mechanical portion of it. So we went to purchasing, and we're going to do this through the Gordian, New York State, U.S. Communities. Gordian and Danforth was the company of choice for the New York State contract. This is for heating and cooling in the shafts of the elevator shafts at the Times Union Garage.
It's very interesting that the company that installed these didn't have some kind of input on wanting to bid on this contract to
Well, Kone only does the elevator installation. They do not do any of the shaft work, they don't do any of the general construction, they don't do any mechanical. The only thing they do is come in and do the elevator work.
Do we have new elevators?
The elevators are on their way in now.
Okay.
So right now, I think it was last month, we got the contracts approved for the general construction portion. Debrino is over there now, closing and working on the shafts now. The elevators are about a week out to start installing those.
Which elevators?
All three elevators.
All three.
All three are
Okay.
gonna be done.
Good.
All right, excellent. Any other comments or questions? I'll entertain a motion, please.
Motion.
And I'll second it. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstention? Your motion is carried. Thank you. Next on the agenda is contract number 6470. The department is Building Services. The vendor is Wendell Energy Services LLC. The estimated amount is $37,280. The estimated term is 7/12/21 through 12/31/21. Scope of service is energy efficient study for 4 county buildings. The fiscal impact is broken down into 2. The county is going to be a 50% percentage of it, and the state will be a 50% percentage of it. And I now open the floor for comments or questions.
Good afternoon, Mr. Clerk, Mr. Chairman. This is one of 2 sustainability initiatives on the agenda here from the county executive in partnership with General Services. As you mentioned, it's a ASHRAE Level 2 energy audit of 4 county buildings. Typically, the Flex Tech program is 50% reimbursement from New York State right out of the gate. They're running a special added promotion right now where if we enact any of the recommendations of the study, which is very likely, they will then reimburse the remaining 50%. So we'll end up with a 100% paid for study. So
So you just have to be on the cautious end of things now with the county end of the portion of the 50% then, correct?
exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Any other comments or questions? Entertain a motion? And I'll second it. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstention? Your motion is carried. Thank you. And the final item on the agenda today is contract number 6472. The department is General Services Administration. The vendor is Plug-in Stations Online LLC. The estimated amount is $72,660. The estimated term is 7/12/21 through 12/31/21. The scope of service, Albany County is requesting the contract with Plug-in Stations Online LLC for the installation of public EV charging stations at 6 county locations. The rail trail parking in Voorheesville, South Pearl Street, Ann Lee Nature Preserve parking lot, Albany County Hockey Facility, and Lawson Lake. The upfront cost to the county will be $72,659.50, and NYSERDA's Charge Ready New York rebate will reimburse $56,000. The installation of charging stations will encourage the use of electric vehicles in the community and will make the selected locations more attractive to EV drivers. And once again, the fiscal impact will be broken down into 2. The county will be 23% of the funding. The state will pick up 67% of the funding. I now open the floor for comments or questions.
Thank you. First of all, I'm going to make these scopes shorter for you in the future because that was a mouthful. But this is, again, taking advantage of state funds to partially reimburse for the installation of charging stations at the sites that were listed. We've had success with the stations we've installed to this point, and we're evaluating basically a second round of popular locations that people might want to take an electric vehicle that are county-owned sites. So appreciate your support.
So the overall cost for this entire project is $129,000, somewhere in that range.
So now, after reimbursement, it'll be about $18,000. So that is the $56,000 will come back to the county and be subtracted from that
From the
initial.
72?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I went the other way with it, I'm sorry.
Mr. Clerk, can I make
Yes.
one clarification? The state percentage should be 77%, not 67%.
Got that?
Yep.
Okay. Any other comments or questions?
No, I'd just like to note it's a great investment
Yep.
in the environment and, leading from the front in terms of encouraging use of electric vehicles and the diversity of the locations too. I know it's a mouthful, but they're all across the county. It's not one part of the county or the other, it's everywhere. So, great work.
Yep.
Thanks.
The county executive initiative and our chairman of the county legislature initiative is second to none with our going green in Albany County, and this is great. I'm glad to see something like this.
Yep.
Great.
So I'll entertain a motion.
Motion.
And I'll second it. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstention? Your motion is carried. Keep up the great work.
Thanks.
Before we close the meeting, I would just like to say how great it is, once again, to be back with all of you, sitting at the round table here, having our Contract Administration Board meeting. Although it sure was fun seeing all of you on Zoom
It
calls.
was fun seeing you on the Zoom.
Well, that goes without saying. But anyways, welcome back, everybody. I'm glad to see all of you are safe and sound, and hopefully all of your families are safe and sound also. And I look forward to seeing you at the next CAB meeting. So I'll entertain a motion to adjourn at 4:30 PM.
Motion.
And I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Any abstention? The Contract Administration Board meeting for July 13th is adjourned at 4:30 PM. Thank you.
Thank you.